Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm excited to talk to you about one of my favorite mirrorless cameras. This is the Fujifilm X-S20. I absolutely adore this camera, and hopefully at the end of this video you'll understand and possibly love it just as much. It's great for beginners and for seasoned pros, whether you're doing photos or videos. My first thing that I like about it is the film simulations. There are several in there. Some of them are Chrome, Acros, Velvia. You can even make your own recipes based on some of the configurations that you can modify and change within the settings. So you can adjust the sharpness and the clarity and things like that with various websites that outline exactly what to change, and you can save it as your own preset. These recipes and film simulations are fantastic for helping you to save some time from having to post-process your photos or videos after your work is done, being able to send them out to the websites such as Facebook or TikTok, YouTube, wherever your social media accounts are at. The next thing I absolutely adore about this thing is the articulating LCD. I like that it flips out to the side, giving me a very clear view of what the camera sees, with a nice red box around it telling me that it's recording, instead of some of the flip up ones that the other lines from Fujifilm have, like the X-T5. It actually flips up above the camera, which is kind of easy to block when you're using a shoe mount microphone. So I like the way that this actually articulates out and gives you flexibility for all kinds of photo styles. If you're doing street photography or portraits, you can actually angle that screen to get the best shot. Another one of my favorite features of this camera is the open gate 6.2K video recording. This will actually record in 6240 by 4160. It took me a couple times to say that because I keep getting the numbers transposed, but that resolution gives you the flexibility to be able to edit this in your post-processing and get it in the format that you want for whatever type of service that you're going to use. If you want it as a long format video, you can crop it as a normal 16 by 9. Or if you're doing it as a short video for YouTube or TikTok, you can actually crop it as a 9 by 16. So that flexibility in those pixels with the open gate is fantastic. Somebody that likes to vlog a lot, this camera is for you. It has a dedicated setting mode that you can just flip the dial to, and it goes right into the right settings to give you the best image quality. It increases the background blur right behind me. It increases the light sensitivity to make it look a little bit brighter, and it is fantastic. You'll see a few clips here showing that in this video. Another fantastic feature that this Fujifilm has is product showcase, or product priority is what they call it in here. When you're in video mode, when you hold an object up in front of the camera between you and the camera itself, it will actually reprioritize the focus on that object instead of your eyes or your face. I don't have that turned on here, but I will add a clip demonstrating that here for you. This is showing off the X-S20's product showcase mode. So if I hold up something in front of me, it knows not to focus on my face and immediately focuses on the object in front of me. Probably should show that the other way, but you get the idea here. It quickly changes what is in focus. This camera, like many other cameras, actually does have a micro HDMI that will output to another device to let you monitor what is going on in a bigger display that you could put in like the shoe mount and actually see it a little bit easier, especially when you got some older eyes like I have. But this can actually output a higher 12-bit video to that HDMI recording device. So if you're using an Atomos Ninja, for example, that thing can record to an SSD or a higher bit quality for video editing later. Working low light, this camera is fantastic in that aspect as well. I haven't had any issues, and I record in a very dark basement down here. There's no windows, just some cheaper light systems that I put around the place, and it does a great job I took some pictures that I'll put here of my puppy. It's got a 10,000 ISO, and the image is fantastic. So you won't have any complaints using this in all types of scenarios. And the final thing, which a lot of the more modern, higher cost cameras are starting to incorporate, is IBIS, or in-body image stabilization. This will help with any handshake. As you're doing your vlogging, you hold that out in front of you, and as you're walking, it will try to stabilize that image along with the bobbing and weaving of your body's momentum. A lot of cameras are starting to add that, but they are often at a little bit higher price point. So it's awesome to see that at this price point of this Fujifilm X-S20. Now, as much as I love this camera, there are a few points that it does lack and make you wish that they had opted for, such as weather sealing. This camera does not have any protection from water ingress or dust, so that is kind of a sensitive point for some people. Others may not care. If they work in a studio or in the basement like I am, I don't really have the same concerns, but if I was to take it to like Niagara Falls or something, I'd want to have a little bit more protection for that side splash from the waterfall. Now with this camera, you can use what they call FLog, or just simply log format. You can record for editing in post, but you cannot upload a LUT into the camera to see what that processed image will look like after you process it. That's a little bit of a disappointment, but hey, at least we can record an FLog. And the final elephant in the room here with this Fujifilm and some of the other cameras that have been coming out of late, A6700, looking at you, Sony, we have overheating potential. So far using this camera, I have not experienced that one bit, but I don't do the crazy things of like 120 frames per second recording or long periods of high resolution recording. I do just simple little videos that are 10, 15 minutes tops. Photos, I don't think you're going to run into it as likely, but Fujifilm does have another accessory that you can buy and add on. It's about $200, but it plugs into the back of the camera where the LCD folds in, and it will run a little fan to help keep the body a little bit cooler. So despite a few of those shortcomings, this Fujifilm X-S20 is by far my top mirrorless camera choice of early 2024. Its exceptional features and powerhouse performance make it an exceptional choice for a wide range of users, such as photographers, videographers, or even content creators here on YouTube, TikTok, and more. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this camera. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.